Hello and welcome back. You all know who I am by now, and you all know what this game is by now. This is episode 5 of Abe Lincoln Must Die.
Oh boy! We declare today, April 1st, the first day of Sam's indefinite lockup in the dank dungeons beneath the White House.
What? I thought we were pals, Max.
April Fools!
And if you stick around after the credits, I'm going to attempt to show off some bonus footage. Anyway, let's check out the war room. There isn't a hell of a lot left to do now, but from past experience, a 10-minute video normally turns into about half an hour.
Look, Max, in the White House garden pond. It's Jimmy Two Teeth.
We often allow lobbyists to use the pool, Sam.
Jimmy's a lobbyist now? What's he lobbying for? Cheese interests?
Affordable health care for the aged and underprivileged, Sam. He's a lot more multifaceted than you give him credit for.
Well, I say means a perceived 10-minute video.
The Civil War in the Dakotas seems to be escalating, Max.
Let them thin out the overpopulation of moose and strip malls for a few weeks, and then we'll step in.
Did you get much moose in Dakota?
It looks like Bismarck has fallen to the West Dakotan militia.
Oh no! That will wipe out the country's crucial snow and slush reserves!
Your compassion for your people is heartwarming, Mr. President. It's a plate of fancy cookies.
For the discriminating general with a sweet tooth and a taste for vengeance.
Hey, there's gourmet coffee, in case the idea of war makes you insufficiently jittery.
I'm plenty juiced just being in here. Let's blow stuff up.
I don't want to know how...
We will return here momentarily. A little bit more to explore.
These must be for the Joint Chiefs and other quasi-important hoo-has.
Nice screensaver.
What does it say? War.
What to do in time of war. Select target, press fire. That's all it says. Looks like a remote homing beacon in the frigid Antarctic.
So peaceful. So serene.
Want to blow it up?
You have to ask. Dinner special tonight? Penguin flambe.
Who would have suspected the Washington Monument is really a self-replenishing supply of intercontinental ballistic missiles?
It's good to see it used for something more useful than corny innuendo for once.
I wonder if this will have a significant impact on our delicate ecosystem.
Absolutely. My ego is bigger already.
The homing beacon to the Kremlin doesn't seem to be working. It was probably turned off in the spirit of glasnost.
More likely those lazy commie bastards forgot to change the batteries.
Lazy former commie bastards, Max. There's no beacon for the missile to lock onto.
Then we'll just have to do this the slow way. Lock and load, Sam! We're off to Red Square!
Some other time, little buddy. It's the distant, peaceful world of Krypton.
They mock us with their utopian society of crystal cities and absentee parents. They must be exterminated! This'll teach them to put me in the Phantom Zone. You will bow down before me! Aw.
Better pull up a chair, little buddy. Well, what do you know? Bosco was right. The government really has been targeting his store for destruction.
Won't he be glad when we tell him?
What do you say we keep this to ourselves, Max?
You're right. We don't want to ruin the surprise.
Alright. We need to take note of this location.
Attention, Bosco shoppers. Clean up in aisle everything.
Would you look at that? Bosco's satellite defense system actually works.
Well played, Bosco. You're safe. But for how long?
Oh, that was fun. I think we now need to take Bosco a visit. Yeah, pay Bosco a visit. With just one quick visit to the office.
Mr. Spatula's only 1 year old, but this thing says he's 2. Oh no, I forgot his birthday.
Don't bother. I put a piece of cake in there one time and he didn't seem to like it.
This thing says Hubert is 16 years old.
I wondered why he was acting all sullen and unresponsive.
I did try it on Jimmy Two Teeth, but Sam wasn't interested.
It says Jesse James's hand is only 14 years old.
I don't believe that.
Wow, it says that Leonard is only 19 years old.
Let that be a cautionary tale to the kids about spending too much time in casinos.
I don't want to know how old that is. I don't want to know how old that is.
I think we're done here now.
I don't want to know how...
And that's all the life that we have in this room. Anyway, let's go and see Bosco. I think I've already tried a couple of things in here.
The nachos are from the early 90s, but I can't get a reading on the cheese.
I don't think it's organic, Sam.
This coffee is over a month old.
It's slow roasted for premium taste and maximum viscosity.
I don't want to know.
Ooh, fun!
Well, it still works.
I don't want to know how old that is.
I think we are done. Right, let's get this beacon, which is around this area. Pixels.
Look, stuck to the camera. That must be the homing beacon for the intercontinental ballistic missiles aimed at Bosco's store.
What was that? He said, that must be the best price on baby wipes I've ever seen.
And now let's go and pay Ava a visit.
Where are we going, Sam?
After that rampaging Lincoln.
Yes!
Well, he wasn't hard to find.
Just had to follow the trail of broken campaign promises.
That's pretty profound for a high-speed car chase, Max.
I like to think I transcend genre conventions, Sam.
Well, this one is going to be slightly different.
It's Lincoln we need to stop at this point.
The bullets have no effect!
He's made of marble, Max, and fueled by rage.
We have you surrounded, Abe! Come over and let's test it!
Lincoln smash! He's a testy little emancipator, isn't he? Nice toss, Max. We'd better act fast before he manages to knock off the beacon.
Or choose his own back off to escape.
And this is pretty much it. Thank you again for watching, and I will return with episode 5, Reality 2.0.
Looks like the targeting beacon is still stuck on Lincoln.
This is a pretty impressive temper tantrum, Sam. At this rate, he'll have enslaved all of D.C. and most of Baltimore by tomorrow morning.
Egads, you're right, Max. Still, I think we should stop him.
We haven't got anything better to do.
Mr. President?
Don't mind if I do.
Quick, let's go.
Shouldn't we revel a little?
We don't want to miss this.
All to my bidding. I am the most powerful presidential monument ever created!
That was better than feeding laxatives to pigeons on parade days.
We broke 2 presidents in one afternoon.
A personal best.
Well, it looks like the country is saved, at least from mass hypnosis. What do you want to do now?
Let's abuse my powers as leader of the free world to squeeze the middle class until they're burning their own shoes for heat.
Sounds fun, but I was thinking we could treat ourselves to some chocolate-frosted gut bombs and then have a little target practice down at the Smithsonian.
Sam, you're my best friend.
Agent Chuckles, report. Query status. Lincoln Gambit, 4-7. Query not acknowledged and acceptable timeout parameters. Error. 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 Error.
Okay, here's what she said.
Meter maid? Nah. Movie industry executive? Done that already. Hey, this looks good. Shuttle pre-flight analyst. Oh, it's part-time only.
Thank you, sir. Where do you stand on religion and schools?
Free home delivery.
And that doesn't really make a bit of sense. So it looks like it's politics as usual here at the debate.
How would you describe your tax plan?
Free home delivery.
We're not quite sure what Lincoln meant by that, so it looks like, yes, the American people have decided to ignore it.
How do you plan to solve the problem of toxic waste?
Give me all you got.
And Lincoln has apparently offered to take all the nation's toxic waste for himself. A noble promise, but it doesn't seem to have helped him in the polls.
Where do you stand on religion and schools?
Give me all you got.
It sounds like Lincoln was speaking out in favor of religion in schools, but let's see if we get an explanation. Nope? Okay then. Well, let's just ignore it and move on.
How do you plan to solve the problem of toxic waste?
2 wrongs don't make a right.
We're not quite sure what Lincoln meant by that, so it looks like, yes, the American people have decided to ignore it.
How would you describe your tax plan?
Two wrongs don't make a right.
And that doesn't really make a bit of sense. So it looks like it's politics as usual here at the debate.
Who are you calling, Sam?
Mr. Pizza.
I stand here at the steps of the White House. The time to act is now.
Apparently, Washington is outside their delivery area.
It was a nice thought anyway, Sam.
Max says you can take a vacation.
We will make an exception, just this once.
Thank you, sir, but no can do.
It's April Fool's Day.
With all due respect, that's kind of mean, sir.
It's Passover.
I'm not a religious man, sir. I wouldn't feel right taking a vacation unless it was a secular holiday.
It's Easter.
I'm not a religious man, sir. I wouldn't feel right taking a vacation unless it was a secular holiday.
It's Earth Day.
Very funny, sir.
It's Arbor Day.
I'll tell a tree, sir.
We'll be back.
Roger that. I'm not a secretary, sir.
That was fun!